Okay, hello and welcome back to some more F1 2022. Today you join me for the first episode of our F1 driver career mode, or our F1 career mode, because we've done the F2 video now, and now we're on to F1. We joined Ferrari at the end of the last episode. We have Charles Leclerc as our teammate. We did send for a couple of upgrades to come in before the first race. They both failed. Classic Ferrari. So, yeah, we got the first race. I won't be having ABS on this season, so you can no longer call me an ABS merchant. Please. I'd appreciate it if you didn't. Yeah, we're just going to try and win a championship at some point. I mean, we won the F2 championship. We could very easily win with Ferrari. As long as they don't do a Ferrari, so... yeah, I guess that's that.
There'll be a lack of
right,
rubber out on track, so
heading into
for the first couple of laps.
first practice. Yeah, on the hard tyres, which is a bit of a sore subject. we're gonna pull out, and we're just gonna practice. We're gonna do a couple of practice laps. I won't show you them all. We're gonna do a couple of practice laps of the circuit. You know, I've never driven this with ABS off in an F1 car, so we're gonna try without and try not to die. Would be the best thing. Also, probably try not to heat up the rears too much, or just the tyres in general. We're going to just cautiously navigate through turns 1, 2 and 3 onto the first DRS zone, and then up towards turn 4, which will probably be a heavy locking up. I think turn 4, 8 and 10 will be heavy lockups. There's a little bit of a lockup there, but no. Okay. Alright. It is time for qualifying. We've done like 5 practice laps in practice 1. We'll already do a couple more qualifying laps as well, like 3 laps rather than the normal 2, just to get used to the car at full speed on softs. But yeah, let's do this. So, starting our first proper timed lap, where we're hoping to try and not lock up at turn 8, we're third lap on. We're currently about 1 second, 0.1 second, 0.2 seconds ahead of our old pace. Using DRS to get from turn 3 down to turn 4, trying not to lock up at turn 4. I just had a major seizure. Holy. It's turn 5, 6 and 7 up here. It's a left, right and then left. A little bit of braking. And then we head towards the dreaded turn 8. This I have locked up at many times before. This will be one of them, but it's only a short lockup. So we should be able to just manage to continue it. We're still ahead of the Delta. We were quite slow on the first lap, which was the practice lap. On the second lap we were just quite slow. Taking a bit of a wide corner through turn 10, but that's not a problem. It gives us a bit more run down towards turn 11, get a bit more speed, go a little bit faster, and break down into 4th gear for turn 11. Turn 12 coming up, the very dodgy corner. You can very easily lose the rear end here if you're not careful, running over the curve very slightly. That's as much as you want to be able to do it there. Do it any further, you die. Well, I'll say that. Yeah. You do die. You do. You just hit a wall and perish at 45 Gs. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, the last couple of corners, turn 14 and 15, turning right and then right a little bit once again. That's going to be just a dash to the line, bit of DRS for the end, and across the line. That should put us around about P8, maybe. P6. Very nice. Very nice. P6.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula 1 World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, Reed, Perez, Russell, Gasly and Max Verstappen. Bottas, Ocon, Alex Albon and Mick Schumacher. Stroll, Latifi, Yuki Tsunoda and Guan Yu Zhou. Magnussen and Sebastian Vettel starts from the back of the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. So here we are in 2022 at the start of another Formula One World Championship. It all begins here, the start of the next generation of Formula One. With the end of the second turbocharged era, a new dawn begins. New regulations have been brought in to promote better racing, with the two big standout changes being the wheel size increase and the aerodynamics on the car itself. But will this result in us having a repeat fight for the Driver Championship? Will Mercedes retain their Constructors' title? We have lots to discuss then with Anthony Davidson, who's joined me in the commentary box for today's event.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Let's hope for some good racing today as well. We can't know at this point how competitive the teams are relative to each other, but hopefully nobody's able to run and hide. We want to see these drivers pushing to the limit all the way to the checkered flag.
Alright, here we go then. First race in a Formula One car. We're in P6, a very good shot at a podium, if not even a win here, depending on strategy and safety cars and things. So, yeah, let's just get straight into it, get dug down and get going. Just finishing off the formation lap then, keeping our tyres nice and warm. I should also mention, I think I might mention this last episode, this will be a 10 race career, like my 2021 one. It just makes it a bit easier. They're also going to be 25% races because it makes it easier to make during the school week. Because I do have school, I'm doing my A-levels at the moment, so, you know, I need to keep my head focused. But I also want to keep doing content, because, you know, I enjoy doing it, and you lot enjoy watching it, so I might as well keep doing it for the benefit of both of us. Anyways, let's pull up to the grid, get our tyres nice and blasted, try and get a purple positioning. Stop right there, get ready to go.
Make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
Right, any
Okay,
time.
so that's the rest of the grid forming up now.
There we
Be
go.
patient and watch for those lights.
Alright, here we go then, to 5 red lights here in Bahrain. We are underway for the first Grand Prix of the season. Ricciardo gets a lot of tyre spin in his rears. We get right past him and Norris as well, using the slipstream of Fernando Alonso ahead of us. Alonso ahead of us now. Norris so goes for a dive down the inside of turn 1. Alonso and Norris side by side. Hamilton and Norris now side by side. Leclerc pulls away ahead in the lead. Past Alonso we go in turn 3. Norris ahead of us now. We're going to try and get past him without DRS into turn 4. Diving down the inside, trying to lock up. Here we go. Can we do it? Just about very, very close to his right-hand side. We managed to make it past enough in P3. Already up into a podium position. Lewis Hamilton ahead of us now and Leclerc ahead of him. Very, very good start for both of the Ferraris, which is unusual for them. Anyways, lap number 2. Lewis Hamilton still in second. We're closing the gap a little bit. I don't know why we decided to have a look down the inside there. It's never going to happen. Oh, a little bit of lock up. Following closely behind Hamilton towards turn 8. We're going to try and not lock up here. We're going to ease it through. Try not to spin out on the exit. We do not. Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc ahead of us. We get very, very close actually. Leclerc goes a bit wide. Leclerc loses control. Hamilton hits into the side of Leclerc. Leclerc and Hamilton have collided. Leclerc gets a 5-second time penalty and Hamilton is out of the session. VSC has been deployed and the full safety car's out. So's Lando Norris. Oh my god. Right. I don't know what happened there. It seems like Leclerc lost control and Hamilton just followed him. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, we're going to pit this lap. Go straight onto the medium. We'll spend about 2 laps on the safety car. So going straight onto the mediums now will allow us to get 2 laps of warm up, and then we just have to race for them on 10 laps, which will be nice and easy. Going through the final corner now, pulling towards the pit box. I'm assuming about 15 people maybe will follow us in. I don't know, using a little bit of ABS or lack of ABS there to help us slow down a little bit. Turn in, optimal turning, 2.4. 2.2 to 2.5, we're going to get a 2.3 I reckon, 2.4. We're going to have to wait for Ricciardo to pull into the box before we get out. And we're going to be in about P8, or we're going to be in P8 as we leave the pit lane. No one ahead has pitted. Leclerc is in P6, Vettel in P7. We can very, very easily win here actually. I've just realised we could very easily win. A little bit of a lock up into turn 1. Doesn't matter. We're fine. We just need to get used to it this race. It's fine. We'll be all good. Anyways.
Might have an issue. Hang in there. We're attempting to manage it.
Of course, I chose Ferrari because I wanted to win them a championship, and they Ferrari it. They Ferrari it. How? how is this every single time? Here we go then, safety car coming in, lap 4. We're going to have 10 laps of racing right behind Sebastian Vettel on the old softs. We're going to have to hold back a little bit just before the line. Green flag racing now. Behind Sebastian Vettel we've got the ERS and the slipstream. We're going to pull to our the middle of down the inside of Charles Leclerc, blocking up and alongside Kevin Magnussen. Vettel has absolutely flown into P4. Leclerc on our left, getting very, very close with us. Magnussen ahead of us in the Haas. Zhou and Magnussen battling it out for P5. Very, very good restart for Vettel. From P7 to P4, we managed to get up into P7 from P8, get ahead of our teammate, which is good, because now our teammate will hopefully hold up the people behind us on the medium tyres, which will give us a bit of a gap. Magnussen and Vettel had yellow flags behind. Don't know what's happened there, but Magnussen and Vettel both ahead about 0.7 seconds. Magnussen and Vettel ahead. Magnussen goes for a move down the inside of turn 14. Alex Albon is out of the session. Magnussen and Vettel collide. We're going to get right behind Kevin Magnussen now to his left and try and pull ourselves towards the start-finish straight ahead of him. Vettel ahead is in a very bad position. He's moved over to defend against Kevin Magnussen. This is going to be 3 wide almost into turn 1. A little bit of a lock-up, very possibly, and more contact between the two of them. We're right behind, through turn 2, into turn 3, we're going to be ahead of Magnussen. Magnussen goes very slowly. Vettel as well, very possibly. We could get him on his left. Can we do it into turn 4? No, we can't. He's going to come back ahead and pull back ahead into P5, but we're in P6 now, ahead of Kevin Magnussen on these tyres. Vettel slows down an incredible amount. We make a little bit of contact, actually, but luckily it's nothing major between either of us. But Jesus, Vettel, man. You need to calm down a little bit. Anyways, Vettel ahead. Zhou ahead of him. We've got Magnussen and Gasly behind us. But so far, so good. We're up in P6. We've got 7 laps to go. Everyone still needs to pit ahead of us. So actually, I don't know why I'm really fighting. I just kind of want to make that gap between us and Gasly a little bit bigger than it currently is. Because then if I can make it just that little bit bigger when it comes time to... for everyone to pit and for it to be me versus him, here it'll be a lot easier if he's a lot further back than he currently is. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. We're still behind Vettel within DRS range, heading up towards the final couple of corners before the DRS zone. We may be able to get him here into the DRS zone if he doesn't pull into the pits, that is. He can very easily just pit, but here we go, DRS to be enabled. Oh, okay, he pulls into the pits. That's a bit disappointing, but everyone else pulls into the pits. George Russell, Tsunoda, Ocon, and we move up into P1. Leclerc pits as well, which puts Gasly and Verstappen behind us. Going through turn 4 once more, trying not to lock up again. Verstappen is very close behind us. Gasly fell quite far back in the last couple of laps, which is a bit unfortunate for him. Him and Ricciardo fighting for that final podium position. Verstappen, 0.6 behind. Lap 11 on to lap 12. We've got Verstappen right behind us. Have a look to do move down the inside on DRS. Into turn 1, he's going to make the move, but we are going to get DRS once more. A little bit of a lock-up, you can feel the camera shake a little bit as that we locked up. Right behind Verstappen, we're going to have DRS, we should be able to make our way back past him. Can we do it? If we don't do it here, I should just uninstall the game at this point. There we go, into turn 4 we are just ahead of Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. Ferrari versus Red Bull once again. This is highly realistic, unfortunately though, I think they will finish this race. It would be funny if they didn't. But Ricciardo's also in P4, so not very realistic, because Ricciardo and McLaren are doing good. Anyways, lap 13 on to 14, the final corner of lap 13, the penultimate lap. Verstappen very close behind us, Gasly in P3, Ricciardo P4, and Alonso in P5. Came out of nowhere. Verstappen though will use his DRS to go around our left-hand side, which will be the outside of turn 1. He just blasts past us, there's nothing we can do there, we have barely any DRS left. Heading into turn 1, he takes a bit of a weird line. I'll be real with you, but it doesn't matter. We're going to have DRS once more. I think we can make a move here, and if we can, it hopefully will be the final move of the race. We're blasting towards him, and into turn 4 we go, braking nice and early. Oh, almost a bit of contact there. We managed to make it out ahead. We're ahead of Verstappen now, up into P1. This should, fingers crossed, be the final time I get overtaken. Because if it isn't, well... You know what happens if it isn't? We lose. But we're going to try our best to not do that. The Ferrari will hopefully keep its engine in pieces, in the right pieces for now, and not blow up on the final lap, but it would not surprise me. There was an issue earlier. There was an ERS issue. Yellow flag behind. That is Sergio Perez, I believe, has had a bit of an incident. Latifi out of the race. Goodbye. I don't know. That's a bit of an out for him, really. He nearly finished, and Joe as well. He nearly finished the race, and then he didn't. Anyways, Max Verstappen is very close behind. He could close up on us here towards the final corners. Oh, Vettel's gone as well. That's disappointing. He could very well get past us here, but I think we're just going to have the good enough exit out of turn 15 to get towards the line and across the line up in P1 for our first race in Formula 1 in this driver career mode.
Oh, mate, great job. Great job. You've done everything we wanted today. That is brilliant.
Mark seems happy. I'm happy. Yeah, that's the lead of the championship right there. Exactly what happened to Leclerc.
That's it then for another spectacular Grand Prix here in Bahrain, and a real champion's drive to take the win. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, staying out of trouble was probably the most important factor here. In the race where half the field weren't classified at the checkered flag, you were able to guarantee a good result by basically keeping the car running. With their pace and a decent strategy as well, I don't think the race was ever really in doubt.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
And with that, episode number 1 of the driver career mode. I'm going to keep calling it the My Team. I'm going to have to keep cutting that out. The driver career mode is done. For Ferrari, we took the win to P1 with 25 points to our name. Leclerc ended up getting the fastest lap, but because he was out of the points, it does not matter, unfortunately. It would have been nice to get that extra point for Ferrari, but hey-oh. What can you do? Yeah, that was a fun race, actually. Taking ABS off, it adds like a little bit of a challenge, but not like a difficult challenge. You just have to be careful. There's a lot more risk. You know, like, it's a lot less punishing. No, a lot more punishing. A lot less forgiving. But I enjoy it. I'm definitely going to keep that off for my team as well, which will be coming back. I had an episode recorded ages ago. I just haven't gotten around to edit it, because they take a really long time to edit. And I don't really want to do it. But they will be back, I promise, at some point. But for now, we have a new career mode to focus on. Where we are in the lead of the championship. But yes, my team will come back. I promise that. Some people have been asking. It will come back. You just have to give me time. And it won't be very frequent. Because like I said, I've got school. Well, Monday to Friday. I've got a job soon as well. And I don't really have the time. So then come home, do work, and then record a full My Team episode for the next day. It's just not going to work. But yes, episode 1 complete. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one for episode number 2 of Driver Career Mode. Nice.